Proverbs 3:5-6, NIV. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. Isn't that just beautiful? It's like a roadmap for life. This verse reminds us that putting our trust in God with our whole heart is key to success. We're encouraged not to rely solely on our own understanding, but to surrender to God in everything we do. And the promise here is powerful. God will make our paths straight. So I encourage you to think about those moments in your life when trust in God made a difference. Maybe it was a tough decision, a challenging season, or a leap of faith. Feel free to share your thoughts or examples in the comments. Let's make this a shared journey of inspiration and encouragement. Next up, we'll explore the power of prayer in our quest to unlock God's blessings. Excited? I sure am. Stay with me. Lovely souls, hey friends, now let's dive into the incredible world of prayer, a cornerstone of the Christian faith. You see, prayer is like a heart-to-heart conversation with the Almighty, a direct line to the one who loves us beyond measure. In the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 7, verse 7, has something really special to say about prayer. Let's check it out together, reading Matthew 7:7 NIV. Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. Isn't that just powerful? It's an open invitation, a promise from Jesus Himself. Ask, seek, knock. These aren't just words, they're action verbs. It's an encouragement to actively engage with God through prayer. Certainly, Psalm 41:5 is a beautiful passage in the book of Psalms. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in Him. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, who does not look to the proud, to those who turn aside, to false gods. This psalm expresses the psalmist's gratitude for God's deliverance and faithfulness. It describes the experience of waiting on the Lord, being lifted from a difficult situation, and being given a new song of praise. The psalmist acknowledges the blessedness of trusting in the Lord and marvels at the wonders and plans that God has for His people. Now, let me share a bit of my own journey with prayer. There was a time when I faced a challenge that seemed insurmountable. I turned to prayer not with fancy words, but with a sincere heart. And you know what happened? It was like a weight lifted, doors opened, solutions appeared, and a sense of peace settled in. That's the power of prayer. Maybe you have a story too, a time when prayer made a difference in your life. It could be a moment of healing, guidance in a tough decision, or simply finding peace in chaos. Feel free to share your prayer stories in the comments. Let's celebrate the beauty of answered prayers together. So as we continue our journey into unlocking God's blessings, let's remember the gift of prayer. It's not just about asking for things, it's about seeking God's presence, knocking on the door of His heart, and allowing His wisdom and love to flow into our lives. Stay tuned, friends. In our next segment, we'll explore the beauty of living a righteous life according to the Scriptures. Excited? I sure am. Until then, keep those hearts open and those prayers going. Much love. Hey, beautiful souls. Now let's venture into the concept of living a righteous life, something that Psalm 1:3 beautifully captures. It's like a guidebook for a blessed life, and I can't wait to unpack it with you. Reading Psalm 1:3 NIV. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Not walking with the wicked. It's about choosing our path wisely, not aligning ourselves with negativity or harmful influences. Delighting in God's law. This is about finding joy in God's teachings, in His wisdom. It's not about rules. It's about a loving relationship with our Creator, meditating on God's law, taking time to reflect and internalize God's Word. It's not a one-time thing, it's a continuous process, day and night. Now here's the cool part. When we live like this, the Psalm says we're like a tree planted by streams of water. Picture that, a tree flourishing, bearing fruit, and never withering. That's the promise, a life that prospers. Let's connect this to the idea that obedience to God's commandments leads to blessings. When we follow God's guidance, when we live in a way that aligns with His principles, it's like putting ourselves in the path of blessings. It's not about being perfect, it's about the direction of our hearts. So how does this look in our day-to-day lives? Well, righteous living could be practicing kindness, being honest, showing forgiveness, and choosing love over hate. It could be resisting the temptation to gossip, being patient in challenging times, and finding joy in the simple moments. For instance, have you ever had a moment when choosing forgiveness over resentment led to unexpected peace? Or maybe a time when practicing honesty strengthened a relationship? Those are the moments of righteous living, my friends. And here's a challenge for all of us. This week, let's pick one small way to live righteously. It could be as simple as expressing gratitude, helping someone in need, about something that has the power to transform not just our lives, but the lives of others around us. The concept of generosity and giving. And there's a gem of wisdom in the book of Malachi chapter 3, verse 10, that beautifully captures this. Reading Malachi 3:10 NIV. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it. Wow, isn't that powerful? It's an invitation and a promise all rolled into one. Now, let's break it down. Bring the whole tithe. This is about giving 1/10 of our income. It's not just about money, it's a tangible way of acknowledging that everything we have comes from God. Test me in this. God is throwing down a challenge here. Test Him in generosity. It's like He's saying, try it out and watch what happens. Floodgates of heaven. The imagery here is incredible. Think of heaven's blessings pouring down like a waterfall, unstoppable and abundant. Now let's talk about the connection between tithing and God's abundance. It's not a transaction. It's a principle of the heart. When we give with a generous spirit, we're aligning ourselves with God's heart, acknowledging His provision and expressing gratitude. In life scenarios, the act of generosity has transformative power. During a challenging time, taking a leap of faith and giving despite tight circumstances led to unexpected blessings, opened doors, and brought overwhelming joy and peace. Crucially, generosity goes beyond money. It encompasses time, talents, and kindness. The ripple effect is profound, witnessed in families transformed by community generosity, individuals uplifted by friends' kindness, and hearts warmed by simple acts of giving. As a challenge this week, let's embrace generosity in various forms, from buying someone a coffee to offering our time or sharing a kind word. The goal is to observe the positive impact and encourage a community of sharing in the comments. The overarching message is clear. The act of giving is a pathway to abundant blessings. Up next, we'll delve into the power of gratitude and humility, crucial elements in unlocking God's blessings. Excited for the journey ahead? I certainly am. Until then, let's keep those hearts open and those giving spirits shining bright. Much love to you all. Book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. It's like a golden nugget of wisdom that has the potential to reshape our priorities and, in turn, transform our lives. Reading Matthew 6:33, NIV, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Isn't that just remarkable? It's a game changer. Let's unpack this. Seeking his kingdom. First, this is a call to prioritize God's kingdom and righteousness in our lives. It's about making God the focal point, the compass that guides our decisions and actions. The promise of provision. Here's the beautiful promise: when we put God first, everything else falls into place. All the necessary things we worry about, food, clothing, the essentials of life, are promised to be added. In real life, prioritizing God's kingdom isn't about neglecting responsibilities or ambitions. It's about approaching life with a reordered priority list. Seeking God first aligns us with a divine flow of provision. Consider the analogy of a puzzle. Placing God and his kingdom as the central piece allows all other aspects of life to fit together seamlessly. It's akin to finding the key, unlocking the door to abundant living. The encouragement is clear. Make prioritizing your relationship with God a lifestyle, not just a Sunday thing. Invest time in prayer, meditation, and seeking God's guidance, aligning your heart with his purpose. Throughout the week, take daily moments to seek God. In the quiet of the morning, a brief prayer before a busy day, or a reflective pause before bedtime. Observe how this shift transforms your perspective. Share in the comments how you plan to prioritize your relationship with God this week, inspiring each other on the journey of seeking God's kingdom first. Stay tuned for our next segment, exploring the transformative power of gratitude and humility. Excited? I am too. Until then, keep those hearts centered on what truly matters. Much love, my friends. Dear friends, as we wrap up our exploration into the keys to unlocking God's blessings, let's take a moment to reinforce the beautiful tapestry woven by faith, prayer, righteous living, generosity, gratitude, humility, compassion, forgiveness, and the pursuit of God's kingdom. Picture these elements as interconnected threads, each contributing to the vibrant design of a blessed life. Faith propels us forward, prayer connects us to the divine, righteous living sets our path aglow, generosity opens floodgates of abundance, gratitude magnifies joy, humility invites grace, compassion heals, forgiveness liberates, and seeking God's kingdom first aligns us with divine provision. Remember, it's not about perfection, but a journey of the heart. Whether in moments of quiet prayer, acts of kindness, or choices rooted in righteousness, each step is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of a blessed life. So this week, let's continue our journey. Embrace these principles in your daily life and witness the transformative power they hold. Share your experiences, stories, and thoughts in the comments, weaving a tapestry of collective inspiration. As we part ways, may your days be filled with the warmth of God's love, and may these keys to blessings unlock new realms of joy, peace, and purpose. Until we meet again, stay blessed, stay inspired, and keep those hearts open to the wonders of a life touched by the divine. Much love to each of you, my friends. In conclusion, dear friends, if the wisdom shared here resonates with your heart and you've felt the blessings, consider joining our community. Subscribe, like, and support this channel, turning inspiration into action. Your engagement not only strengthens our collective journey, but spreads the ripple of positivity. Thank you for being a part of this community. Until next time, stay blessed, stay inspired, and keep shining your light. Much love, dear friends.